some of the stuff we've done and how we work together. So yeah.
Hi guys. I'm Casey or Casey456, and I was originally a penciler for Blue Streak and colorist. But now I'm also the co-project manager. I'm working with Diggity to help make sure that the project runs smoothly. I'm also the HR specialist, but yeah, I really I really like working with the Blue Streak team and making sure that Diggity isn't just overburdened
All
with a
right.
ton of things. Yeah.
And then go for it,
Last
Tail.
but not
You're the last
least.
one.
Okay. So, yes, I am Alteo. You can call me Teo for short if you want. As Diggity said, I am the creator of Blue Streak.
Added Craig Discord be strange.
Also a
It
very
took a
popular,
bit.
Lisa.
not like a moderately popular Twitter artist who mainly art Sonic, anime, cartoon, that kind
Mhm.
That's
Thank you,
Yep.
Teo.
Thank you so
Like
much,
that.
you guys. And I heard you guys have a presentation. If you guys wanted to bring that up, that would be awesome.
We do. Give me one
Yes.
second here. We'll get her rolling for you guys. Here we
Absolutely.
go. All right. So we're just going to tell you guys a bit about ourselves, like the comic as well as the team, how we do things. So let's get started from humble beginnings. So with Blue Streak, like Boone said, we are a fan comic focused on not just Sonic, but a whole bunch of different Sonic canon there's been. So across the comic books, the different TV shows there's been, the video games, of course, and all the great movies, especially the Paramount ones. We love those. We take them all, the characters, the concepts, the storylines, and we're throwing it all together into one new story that is trying to keep things familiar, but put a new spin on them. One common misconception about us is that we are not an Archie continuation. We love the Archie comics; they're great in their own right, but we leave stuff like that to Archie Sonic Online because what they do is fantastic. Like I said, we are trying to do new things with the characters, concepts, storylines of Sonic while keeping them fresh. So, like, Sonic is always going to be Sonic to us. We don't just want to create a totally new character with the face and fur of Sonic. It's very important to us to keep things recognizable so that you like look at a character like Antoine and still feel like, okay, that's Antoine. It's just we never seen this side of Antoine before. We also draw a lot of inspiration from non-Sonic media. We're all big fans of anime, for example, anime and manga. Personally,
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist, things like that. And also, I know it's not an anime, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's a huge,
It's close enough.
huge influence on Sonic. Yeah, exactly. We also draw a lot of inspiration from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, particularly Phase 3, because it's just fantastic. And actually, one that a lot of people don't pick up on is the recent Planet of the Apes movies from Fox, because if you have not seen those, you definitely should. They're great. So one way we you can like see our different attempts to make Sonic our own is our character design. So, and I'm actually going to turn it to our art people to kind of talk about where they start with this.
All right.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you go ahead, Casey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna. If Teo wants to speak, I know that Teo is a little bit quiet right now. So, if you wanted to chime in on like the panel show discussion or the chat, I think that'd be a good place. Just because I think I
Yep.
realized the chat couldn't hear you. But
Yeah,
but mostly talking about the character design. They
yeah,
were
that
we have been. Oh yeah, go ahead if you're trying to talk.
like that. Like, this is definitely like my page because
Oh yeah.
exactly like every single I design. Yeah. So
Pretty much like the
yes,
main freedom fighters were
Mhm.
was Teo's doing.
Yeah,
Very good designs, I must say. I
yeah,
really like all of them.
absolutely.
yeah. Also, Eggman's Nibbly and Stone Eye also.
Mhm. if if I could chime
So
in for a
Yeah.
second, like when like I think as a character designer, the way that we approach it, we totally base ourselves off of Teo's work because, like he said, he designed the main freedom fighters as well as some extra characters like Eggman and other Egg Empire characters. And much like Diggity said, like story-wise, we have to draw from a lot of different Sonic sources as well as drawing from other sources of inspiration for that, just to kind of make a new, unique identity for this version of Sonic and his friends. And I think a lot of that shows in the color palettes as well as like the choice for accessories and like complementary design elements. Like for example, Tails' fur. I know from my experience designing other characters, that we take this same approach with every other character that we design. So it definitely doesn't feel like the same version of that character that you're probably familiar with, but it's not completely different. It's just new, like a new take on it, writing wise and visually wise. But yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's mostly our approach, like trying to blend all these different versions. And then that goes without saying too that we take inspiration visually from cartoons and I think manga from the 80s and 90s and the 2000s specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Mind if
I
I
speak.
chime in with
Yeah,
some of them?
sure.
Sure.
By all
Yeah,
means.
absolutely.
It's one thing that I've really
Yeah.
liked about the character designs that we've come up with for this series, especially for like the miscellaneous characters that are just designed to like fill a role, like the egg trooper fodder characters, is depending on where they are in the story, they're very thematic to like the region that they're from.
Mm-hmm.
So like for instance, with a recent batch of like egg baddies that we've been designing for issue 3, they're much more like of a South American feel would be accurate description, right?
Mm-hmm.
For
Thank you,
sure.
Roach.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, they have a very South American feel, whereas like the baddies we had in issue 2 were, of course, more reptilian because they were under Lord Hood, but they were also more of a English, origin in terms of just like uh, just the region that they exist in, and like the region that the place they're in is based off of, roughly.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. I would
Um,
say I like that the most about Blue Streak. There's a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more cultural diversity. Obviously,
Yeah.
Sonic as a franchise is meant to be sort of palatable to like everybody, and they're not really meant to be representative of like anywhere in space time.
mhm.
But I like that Blue Streak sort of goes against that, and a lot of the characters are clearly like from somewhere in the world, and then the writers have done a good job of world building in the sense that like, hey, well, they're not on Earth, they're not literally from Britain, France, or Spain. We have areas analogous to that, and then the characters are representing this culture very clearly.
One other
Yes.
Yeah,
one other
yeah.
thing I would like to mention is that we are very intentional with character design, not just for personality or for function, like with abilities. There are many parts of characters that are tied to their personal history. Um, Without getting too much into spoilers,
Yeah.
Sonic has stuff on him
Yeah.
that is more than just it appears on the surface. Bunny does, Antoine does, Sally does, pretty much everyone does. And that's one benefit of having the overall story in mind when you're designing a character is you can add things that, on the surface, you're just like, oh, that's very cool. I like how that maybe makes the character pop more. And then you can take it that step further with like it meaning something much more like emotionally rich to that character and using it to not just expand the character, but the world, the history, and making your setting feel lived in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Mhm.
want to chime in on that point. In regards to a character that I designed for issue 3, I'm not going to spoil who it is, but I'm really proud of this particular design because the way I went about making them is their design kind of almost follows like a video game boss philosophy. Like they have a very clear, defined weak spot. They have a
Oh
very
yeah.
clear like telegraph for their attacks, but it's still in a way that makes it look practical and believable to like how the character would utilize their own abilities. I feel like that's something that's really important, especially when it comes to a Sonic character and a Sonic villain, especially. Having those like little nods to like the games that they come from, really gives them a little bit of like life and familiarity to the fandom that we all love to be a part of.
And the most important part, it looks cool.
It
Yep.
looks cool. The rule of cool is very
It,
important.
Lots of
yes, it
aura
is.
farming.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, there's some good stuff. I'm
All
excited
right.
for issue 3.
Next.
Oh my gosh! And on that point, if you don't mind me asking,
Mhm.
what are your guys' favorite character designs that you guys have created?
Well,
Uh,
mine is not on here right now, but Techno from
Oh,
issue 2, I love her design
oh yeah,
so
Techno's
much.
design is super
Oh
good.
gosh, she was
Yeah.
gorgeous. She was
Yeah, hold on.
beautiful.
I'll try to put it
Yeah.
in the chat somewhere as we're talking about this.
yes. Please
Mhm.
feel
Um,
free.
For
Sure.
go, were you gonna say something, Casey?
oh, I was gonna say, I think my favorite design is probably Johnny. I'm gonna put Techno and Johnny. I really like what we did with um the British freedom fighters. Sorry, their names are what their
What
team is
Freedom
called.
Fleetway,
Fighters?
Fleetway
Fleetway
Freedom
Uh,
for
Fighter.
freedom fighters are escaping me.
the triple F, as they are called.
Yes.
I think my favorite would have to be Bunny. I really enjoyed drawing her. I didn't design her, obviously. That was Teo, but I love all of the Freedom Fighters designs, so it's always a
Mhm.
joy for me to draw them and color them and ink them and everything. But Bunny specifically, I just have so much fun with her. I don't know why. I think it's her color palette is really, really nice, and I just love like every detail about her design. It's great.
Yeah, as far as the pre-existing characters that have been designed that have been revealed go so far. So for my faves to draw have been Tails, Sally, and Techno. I really have a lot of fun drawing those characters. Um, I haven't
Yeah.
drawn Sally per se for the comic, but I've definitely drawn her design for funsies, and her design is really fun for me. It also helps that I'm just a massive Nicole
Yeah.
and Sally fan, but
Like, my favorite's probably also gonna be Sally, Tails, um, Freedom Fire, Fleetway Freedom Fighters. I mean, really, all all the characters that we've designed so far. I, it's honestly kind of hard for me to pick a favorite because
It's like
they're
picking your
all
favorite
really
kid.
who is your favorite
they're
child,
all
Teo?
Who's your favorite child? We all
they're
know the
well.
one. There's all one we dislike. You know the one.
Yes. I,
Okay.
I do gotta say too, I like Antoine's
I was
design just
Danny.
for the oh sorry, Teo.
Yeah, I love I love all my children really. So yeah, yeah.
I
Go
do gotta
ahead.
I was gonna say I actually really like Antoine's design with the big jacket, just because like the writer brain that I have takes over, where it's like, oh, the jacket's too big for him because he's got to grow into it. It's like it's almost perfect for him. I guess
Character
that is,
development.
yeah, that's a bit of a bit of a spoiler, I guess, but I guess when you say, oh yeah, he's gonna get character development, that's like the most vague thing you can
I
say.
love character development.
That's not a promise,
Oh,
it's a threat. He's gonna get some character development.
It's a
Yes.
threat.
before we move on, there are some Blue Streak staff in the audience. So I would like, if any, before we move on to the next slide, while we're starting the next slide, any of the Blue Streak
Um,
staff have like any favorites? Type it in the Sonic R Show discussion channel. I'd love
yeah,
to
we'll
see
get
your answers.
Yes.
we'll
True,
get
true,
to
true,
So
them
true.
afterwards. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. All right,
Mhm.
let's go.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
So outside of like the let's just call it the fun stuff, managing a project like this is an undertaking of itself. The main thing, this sounds so obvious when you just say it, but organization is key. You need to schedule meetings, you need to take notes, you need to keep track of things. Um, Really, what you need is a paper trail, because if you just rely on memory alone, like we did in during the production of issue one, things are going to get disorganized. You're going to get pages drawn twice, and then have to choose which page you keep and which page essentially wasted someone's time, which is the one thing you don't want to do. Um, like Google Sheets is a great resource for that because it's free, it's easy to use, and get into the habit of just like checking in with people. In saying that though, you can't be demanding. Um, we are an entirely volunteer driven project, and everyone who works on Blue Streak does it completely for free through their own time, and we are so thankful for that. Um,
Yeah.
I guess that's me telling you guys thank you for all that you do for this comic. It's amazing. Uh, it's funny though. So you being the manager to your teammates, you do not treat them like employees because they're not. You're not paying them. You have absolutely no right to make demands of them. Uh, Looking inwards, though, you want to hold yourself to a high standard because you're the leader. You need to lead by example and be the person everyone else can turn to when they have a question or they need support or something. You have to treat yourself like you're self-employed. It's also your duty to keep morale high with the check-ins, like I said, because everyone has life stuff going on. If we could all work on the project just exclusively, that would be great, but you can't. But have game nights or just chat in VC, DM people if they're not comfortable with that. It's your job to kind of manage people and be personable. It's a project like this lives and dies on the sense of unity within a team. I am going to go on a limb and say we've fostered a pretty good feeling there. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
No,
Actually, sorry, Jinx, true. No, but I actually do want to. I have a little story regarding management of a project. I think,
But
and
go
I think
ahead.
this is a really important, um, for anybody who's trying to start their own project. So when I started becoming project manager, so actually, let me rewind. When I initially joined Blue Streak, this is when issue one was still in production. Diggity had showed me the pages, and my first comment was like, "Wow, there are a lot of mistakes between the pages." That like there was like a lot of mistakes that were like simple ones, like coloring things wrong, or character wearing the wrong outfit, or not wearing the outfit at all. Um, and as we kept going, something that when I became project manager that I implemented was an art editing channel. Like we got people appointed as editors. Me and Blue Whirlwind are one of them, and we started making our staff have to have their pages approved before they moved on to the next stage. Before I implemented this, I was really, really nervous about this because, no one likes to be criticized. No one likes to be told that their art is wrong. So I was
Yeah.
very careful about how I handled the art editing page because obviously no one's getting paid here. So I felt like I didn't personally have the right to be like, tell someone to draw something differently or tell them to redraw it. but I knew it was necessary for the good of the project as a whole, and also just for the good of like the person's artwork itself, so that they would be able to learn and grow and improve. So the art editing channel, as I created it, doesn't exist as like a, oh, you drew this thing wrong. It I more so have stressed for both the editors and the staff that for our editing, we're only going to be correcting things that are like continuity errors. Like this character can't be on
Yeah.
this page because of the script, or hey, you forgot to color in this thing. We're never going to be like, we've never been like, your art's bad, or I don't like the way you do this. Can you redraw this?
Yeah.
Type thing. I've never
Yeah, no,
made
it's
anyone.
just noticing art errors, continuity errors,
Mhm.
things not matching the script. Like we've had a few times where someone draws something during the day that's supposed to be during the night. Things along
Yeah.
this nature.
Yeah.
It's things
Yeah.
that you just don't think about in the moment. And the way I like looking at it is kind of like I'd rather have constructive criticism towards getting the like continuity and the visuals and all like the details of the characters correct than having it spiral out of control when you're like 20 pages into the issue and being like, oh no, this is wrong.
And
And
secondly, I sorry, one last thing, Didi. The
sure.
reason why I bring this up is talking about fostering a team morale. I think that the key thing for anybody who is wanting to join a project or start a project is you have to remember you're working in a team. I think that it's sometimes what I've seen for projects that failed is a lot of people struggle to be told what to do, or struggle to kind of like um sort of be agreeable, like meet in the middle. And so that's something that we try to do a lot in Blue Streak, where we try to meet people in the middle, um so that we can do something good for the project while also not compromising somebody's own artistic integrity.
Mhm.
So I just want
Mhm.
to say, if you're ever trying to join a project, right, or if you're ever trying to run a project, like, you are not king. I think that's something important for everyone. Is like,
Correct.
you're not the king, and your project wouldn't run without the help of the people. So you have to be willing to make compromises. And
Yep.
I think the fact that the Blue Streak staff is so friendly and agreeable, it's made this project run a lot smoother. So that we're not like, every step of the way having like an unnecessary argument. So
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing about being flexible with people too, it doesn't just cover like how maybe they interpret a page. It's also about like accounting for life stuff, like I brought up earlier, like a few times in the past month, we've had tasks that need to just be done to move forward with production. So you ask someone, "Can you take this on right now?" And sometimes they'll say yes, and sometimes they'll say no. And if they say no, that's just it. It just goes back to that idea of mutual respect that will it will sink your project, no matter how good it is, no matter how talented you are, if you don't have it. It's just being able to kind of, I guess, roll with the punches is a good
Yeah.
way to put it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will say Techno's art is
Mhm.
my favorite now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I
talking
yeah,
about.
I actually
It's
quite love
so
techno.
good. Her
She's
It's
design
so
is
so
so
good.
good. She's so fun to draw.
And it really didn't
Road
change that much from the initial like
Concept
prototype
art.
design. Yeah.
I,
It was
I, I,
just
s-
that good.
I
she's
still
Road
find
Mhm.
this
host SpongeBob techno. Thank you.
I still find this really funny. One thing that Diggity told me once. So in issue 2, there was like a page that I was going through the editing thing and I was looking at the script, and it was like basically it seemed like the Mercia Freedom Fighters were supposed to have an introduction, but they didn't.
Oh my
And
god.
so I took it upon myself
Uh,
to draw an entire introduction page for them, so we actually had like a proper, you know, getting to know the characters.
yeah.
And I drew
Oh yeah.
Techno on that page, and then Diggity literally like the day after I sent the final like sketch of or the line art of Techno. I did the sketch and the line art for that page. Casey did the coloring.
Yeah, we had like a
Um,
24-hour turnaround. That was crazy.
but
No, we
yeah, no,
don't. We do
I did
not.
that.
No. For that particular page,
I did that
it
page
was
pretty fast.
yeah.
You
For that
did.
particular page, we drew that page in like 24 hours. It was kind of crazy.
But
Yeah.
Diggity told me, it's just like, man, I wish I had you on the pages where we were drawing techno. Which is really funny to me.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
talking about that. Why don't we talk about our pipeline for a bit? All right, the Sonic Blue
Yeah.
Streak today.
It's a good tie-in.
So our work pipeline, like at a surface level, is quite simple. It starts with the scripts. We have a few writers who write the initial draft of a script. They pass along to me. I give notes. Actually, all of our writers give notes, whether it's plot details, character interactions, things like that. Just things we think could make the script better. We do rewrites. I typically write the final draft, which will be used to pretty much dictate how the issue is put together. Here it's indicated like we do script and then pre-production. It's actually more like a parallel thing. We try to get an idea of like what new elements are going to be introduced in each issue, whether it's characters, locations, objects, and we have that going on concurrently. It's it's a very non-linear process that you just feel your way through to get a feel for. But once the script is approved, once we have all the pre-production assets ready, we move on to pencils. For anyone who doesn't know, pencils is basically, I've also heard it referred to as line work. Our pencilers, they figure out how the panels are going to be laid out, the pages are put together, everything. It's very demanding work. And for all our pencilers out there, I love you. You are a godsend. Once the pencils are approved, they go to inks, which is basically fixing up the line work, closing all the gaps for our colorists. Once all the colors are finished, we move on to lettering, which, I mean, is pretty self-explanatory. We have a cycle of revisions, corrections. Casey was talking about the art editing channel. That's primarily what that exists for, catching continuity errors in case there's mistakes, something that's small that can be fixed. This is where we catch them to make sure we don't have massive problems later on. Once that's done, we have our corrections, and pretty much once all the pages are done, we usually take a day or two to just announce like, hey, this will be out in the next few days. We usually put out like a 5-page sneak peek ahead of time. We've been pretty good for that so far. Hopefully we can stay on top of that, and then it's out into the world.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do want to chime in real quick though on the visual here. The cycle of revisions and corrections is slightly visually misleading there because it's not very often where we go through the whole process of pencils, inks, colors, lettering. Oh shoot, we got to change something, got to change it back to pencils. It's more along the lines of we go through pencils, we go through a loop of being like, okay, is this okay? Is this approved? Once the pencils have been approved, then we move on to the inks. And it's like every single step has its own individual revision loop.
Yes.
To be a
Yeah.
more accurate
Just
visual
so that we're not like in the lettering stage, we have to go back and tell the pencil. That's exactly why the channel
editing
exists
team
in the first.
exists.
Yeah. I
So
will
we don't
say,
make the pencilers redo anything.
and I will say, since we've had that, the amount of times where we've had to kind of stop what we were doing and just address a big problem, it hasn't disappeared entirely, but
it's lessened.
Oh, so much, so much. I also wanted to say, for anyone who might be listening that wants to try and get a project of their own off the ground, this pipeline has been developed through a lot of trial and error. We went into issue 1 actually with no pre-production at all. We had no character
Chaos.
sheets, anything. Yeah, we had nothing. We went from scripts straight to pencils, and it was just all over the place. We quickly realized, okay, we need something that everyone can look at. So, for example, we know how Sally looks. We know what proportions are. We know just where locations are happening, etc., what the lighting is going to look like. Just to be totally frank with you, issue 1 looking as good as it does is a miracle.
Yeah.
But the point of what I'm bringing this up for is like, don't be afraid of not having experience. Don't be afraid of not looking amazing. Treat every issue that you work on as an opportunity to look back, refine the areas where maybe you're not as strong, and just get better. It's a learning opportunity. That's what fan comics are supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every single
yeah,
issue,
exactly.
we just keep improving upon the skills that we already had, and then just get better at implementing them in a more impactful and meaningful way, in a way that is steadily getting a more stable pipeline of production that we have to do less and less double backs, which is very nice. There was a lot of I remember doing the lettering. I lettered like I want to say I lettered at least 65% of issue 2,
Yeah.
and there was a good amount of pages that whether it was just like lack of space or just weird paneling structure. Like, granted, I'm not gonna be mad at people because we're all learning and not everyone's like made a comic before, but I really wish we had the editing team for issue 2, because sometimes doing the lettering without the plans ahead was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
last thing I want to bring up about this is that if you're interested in joining Blue Streak, just to clarify, a lot of the artists actually only draw about 3 issues.
Three
Of a
pages.
it's 3 pages an issue. I'm tired. Three pages an issue. So it is. I like Blue Streak as a starting ground for getting used to drawing comics, because it is definitely not like as demanding as some other projects. So
We are nicer than Archie Sonic Online in that way.
Done.
I'm looking
Um,
at you, DJ Powell. Looking at you.
what roles do you
Alright.
guys currently have open?
That's a good question.
We are always going to be taking in pencilers. We love them. We are opening the inker position back up. We don't not want inkers. It's just that for a long time we had a disproportionate amount of inkers to pencilers, and there literally was not enough work just to, keep people around. So we had actually some people lead the project that we were very excited about initially. Any art role, pretty much, we would love to have. Writing, we're pretty happy with our writing team right now. So like, if you're a penciler, if you're an inker, if you're a colorist, we would love to hear from you, because if we have more people, that's more pages we can work on ahead of time and cut down on the wait between issues, which is something we would love to do.
Indeed.
Fantastic. And I would just like to add really fast. I think the beauty of the transformation between issues, I think that's just so beautiful, because, once we've amassed like a nice collection of issues, we're going to be able to look back and be like, oh, wow, remember those days? Like,
Oh, so true.
the improvement.
We already do that between issue 1 and issue 2. Like, it's night and day.
And honestly, issue 3 is going to be even more so, because issue 3 is
Yes.
even more cleaned up and even more like well refined than issue
Yeah.
2 was. I feel like
Yeah.
issue 3 is going to be our best one yet for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
have a
really
lot
do
of-
think
Mateo?
like yeah, sorry.
What's up, Tim?
I have a lot of hope for like issue 4 too and beyond too. So
Opium.
I am excited to get working on that in the near future.
Absolutely.
I've been busy.
Same.
Next slide, diggity dog.
Next
slide.
slide. All right. So with we have a guiding principle when it comes to pretty much every facet of Blue Streak: writing, art, editing, etc., etc., and that is poop.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ooh.
Give it a
it's
sec.
wait.
poop.
Give it a
It's
sec.
poop. So we just tell ourselves, people, observe our panels.
Oh.
Wait.
Just remember
Oh.
this. Remember this, and you will have success in life. At least when it comes to fan comics.
You gotta love some classic SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but for real. So talking about like art roles we have, that was a great transition actually. We don't just wait for people to audition. There are a few artists where we see them and we're like, okay, we would love for you to come aboard. So what we're looking for in people is not just like great art. That helps, of course. That's probably the first thing we're going to go for. We want a clean finish, good color theory, dynamic posing, panel legibility, readability. Now, of course, this is not universal. It's if you have amazing colors, but we're like, oh, your line work, that's not really doing it for me. We won't not consider you for a colorist. We just, it's different things for different folks. Sometimes we get lucky and we have all three, and then you get a blue whirlwind.
I will say, like, for example, I do pencils and colors. I have never done inks. I refuse to do inks. I refuse. And then we have like some people that we brought on the team for like specific roles. Like, oh hey,
Yes,
I like this person's colors, or I like this person's pencils, but I don't like how they color things in, etc., etc. So don't think that just because you're not like a perfect artist, you can't be considered for Blue Streak.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
I appreciate you holding me in that high ever regard, Diggity, but I also
the,
have
the
a lot
two
to
super
learn.
the two of the superstars of the team, like 2 out of 3 of the superstars on the team are here. Well, actually, not that everyone isn't a superstar, actually. So, out of like the 5 people I would consider like jack of all trades, 2 of them are here: Blue Whirlwind, Churro. The next one I would
Yep.
consider like great at everything. Kohi is really really good
Oh,
at
yes.
everything that she
Absolutely.
does. The next person I would consider is Maximum Warp.
But don't tell him that.
Yeah, don't nobody say that to him.
Inflate his
And
ego
then just
more.
everyone in Blue Streak is doing a good job, but those I think the out of off the top of my head, those are the 4 that I feel like could do anything. We don't want them to do everything, but
But we could.
but
Yes.
but still we have like some superstar, like just of the people to chat. Roblo's amazing at inks, probably my favorite inker.
Robo's
Sam
colors are also
Days.
really good. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I would not be shocked if Robo ends up doing a colorist role at some point in the future.
Yeah.
That's internal
Same.
team discussion, though.
Yeah, sorry. Sam is good.
I'm just
Good
weighing in my own
letter.
For
opinions.
sure. One
Rage
thing
is
that
awesome. Yeah, sorry.
one
I'm
thing
like
that's
gazing
okay.
them.
That's okay. The other thing though that is not as obvious, at least at a glance, though, is reliability. I had mentioned earlier that you're not supposed to treat your teammates like employees, and that is true. But there is an element of people that you want to see, and that is like eagerness to learn, whether that's through criticism or just looking at what other people are doing and thinking, how can I accomplish that in my way? What does that look like? Active communication skills are very important, especially to us. Um, like we say, life happens. We have jobs. We're in school, relationships, all that kind of stuff that takes focus away from the comic, where it can't be, priority number one, not even priority number two. It's everyone's job to, I guess, let whoever's in charge, in this case, me and Casey, know that I can't do this right now, or this might be slow, I might be late, etc., etc. It's mutual respect. It's much more preferable to have an inconvenient truth than a convenient lie that's just going to snowball and create issues down the road. Honestly,
Yep.
it's just all honesty, and be open to feedback, because everyone can improve in some way, whether
There's
it's
always going to be someone
Yeah.
better.
not only someone better, you can always improve.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I look at that statement is like it sounds negative in connotation, but the way I look at it is being just like there's always something to look forward to and strive towards, and then once you reach that, then you're gonna find your next hurdle to try to climb over. Hence, there's always gonna be someone better because that's just a universal truth. There's always gonna be someone that has more skill than you. The key is to look towards that as a mountain that you can climb with enough effort.
I agree.
Okay.
The moment you stop learning, I think you're dead.
Exactly. Exactly.
And nobody wants to
If
die making a Sonic comic.
No.
Wait.
Rage.
That's funny.
Guys.
If I can chime in on the reliability aspect, I know we
Go
went
for it.
over it earlier when we were talking about managing a project. We talk a lot about how, obviously your teammates, your volunteers are not your employees, but on the artist side, I can say that as an artist, you also have a responsibility to the projects that you decide to join into,
True.
the work that you decide to take on. And like Diggity said, I mean, it's not like that's going to be your number one priority in your life, but if anything gets in your way and if anything impedes you from being able to work on that, it's also your responsibility to be able to communicate with your team, communicate with your project leads, your project managers, and say, I can't do this, I can't do that, I need some help, whatever, whatever. And thankfully, if you have really great project leads and a really great team like we do at Blue Streak, then it's pretty easy and pretty simple to get help with the workload. It's just the phone works both ways, like your managers and your leads can't always contact you. You also need to communicate with them. I just think that's something also that's important.
Yeah, and
And
also just consider you're not in trouble if you don't finish something, right?
Oh yeah,
And you just
absolutely.
you're just whenever like I feel like for any project, whenever someone asks you like, "Hey, how's the progress?" Just be honest. Like it's okay. It's just be honest. We're
Yeah.
not gonna like. I feel like it's one thing that I don't like when people do on some other projects. This is just for project managers specifically. Is that I don't think you should ever like spread that somebody doesn't like isn't a bad worker or can't work on something on time or whatever because people have stuff going on in their lives and most of the time a fan project isn't their highest priority. So you just got to give people grace and the benefit of the doubt, and I think the only time that specifically Blue Streak has ever been like, okay, we got to deal with this is like if someone goes like radio silent, and I think it took like until like 6 or 7. I mean, fuck. I mean, shoot. 6 months.
It
Sorry,
wasn't
sorry,
me.
sorry. 6 months that we were like, oh, hey, you shouldn't be on the team anymore because you're not communicating. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
and
Be a
I
team
just
player.
I just want to throw one more chime in on this topic for this page. On the eagerness to learn aspect, it is genuinely amazing how much someone can improve in just a year's worth of time. We have had so many people join this project that were very unsure of their own skills and very like very fledgling artists, but they had passion and they had drive and they had a good starting ground, and over the course of like working in this team environment with a lot of really good constructive criticism, supportive people, and in general, just great assets for advice and how to like, improve upon their own skills, they have improved drastically over the course of like just a year in general. I feel like cultivating a healthy team environment is a really good boon, especially to artists in a project like this, to just, build confidence and their own skills and actually, start that journey towards becoming someone that is incredibly talented artists in the making. That I feel like there are plenty and plenty of names in the Blue Streak team that are like that.
Yep,
I would
yep.
agree, absolutely. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to move on.
Yeah.
So our work environment, this is a little
We've
kind of like,
kind of gone.
yeah.
I
I
think
did want
Diggy, you
to.
should go to the next slide unless you
Well,
want to say something you want to say.
I did just want to say one thing about this is that One thing I tell everyone is that when we started, or even when people come on board or we invite them, a common thing I hear is, well, I've never worked on a comic before, or I've never worked in a team environment before, and that's okay. The only way you're going to get that experience is if you try it. And sometimes you do, and you find, I prefer to work alone, or this isn't really the kind of project I would like to be involved in. And you just say, I'm sorry, I had to leave. That's okay. Um, the best thing you can really do, and this is a little, I guess, maybe a little life advicey, is just say yes to things because look, with fan stuff in particular, it's you're not getting paid, you're not having really any obligation to like be there for 6 months, be there for a year. You can absolutely just try something, find out maybe this isn't for me, and then just go about your day. Now, big caveat with that, the open communication. You'd let someone know. I'm sorry, this is not for me. I have to, leave the project for one reason or another. Ghosting is not cool. It's never cool.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah,
If could I add something?
Yeah,
for sure.
go for it.
I'd just like to say that I think for me personally, what I enjoy most about Blue Streak is the work environment. I mean, I haven't been on too many fan projects, but I've worked in some creative stuff before. But I feel like we've really cultivated a really friendly and fun environment for all of our artists. And I want to specify it's not like culty, but I like to think that everybody.
What?
That's crazy. Like, I don't want to. I don't.
That's an
Like, oh my
That's
interesting
how
way
you
of
know.
putting it.
That's how you
Oh
know
my
it's working.
goodness. Oh wait, backtrack.
No,
Like,
Diggity, show the next slide. So we can clarify what Churro means by culty.
it's what I mean to say, it's like I'm not gonna say like, oh my gosh, like we're all a family, like, but we are all really friendly, we're all very supportive. Nobody's like harsh. Like, I think we really encourage people to learn and to be open to feedback as well. And we also just have a lot of fun. We talk shop a lot. It's just a very enjoyable environment, not just for working on the comic, but also like as an artist in general. I feel like I've learned so much from working on the comic, but also just by being able to talk about art stuff with all of my teammates and my friends.
I just
Absolutely.
want to say, like, I have been ever so grateful to finally find a group of like-minded individuals in terms of like loving to make art, loving Sonic, and just in general, just
Oh, I hate Sonic.
matching the vibe so much. Like, honestly, so many of the people in Blue Streak are now like some of my best friends, and I would not change anything for the world. This comic has been so life changing for me, and I am eternally grateful.
Absolutely. I agree.
Now you guys know why Churro emphasized we are not a cult.
Like, I know that came out of left field, but like, please, we're just really good friends.
It's our special brand of chaos. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, very, very much so. Actually, I think that's our next slide is
Yep.
oh no, okay, we have the nice stuff. So like this is
The nice
a good
stuff.
this is like a visual
Stuff is
representation.
crazy.
A visual representation of kind of like the stuff we've done together because we do try and recognize holidays like we have like Christmas time, Halloween, but we also have like national holidays like Canada Day, which is very important for myself and a
Which
few
is very
others on
important,
the
period.
a few other people on the team, but we also have something for the 4th of July because we want people to feel like their culture and their nations are recognized because we all come from different walks of life. Like I think we have teammates on every continent except for Antarctica, of course, but yeah.
Are we sure about that?
I'm
Wait,
basically
wait.
there right now.
Well, okay, I don't know if we have anyone living in Africa, but we're really close.
We
Somebody
have
who isn't here right
just
now
one
was there
more.
for a little bit.
we have a very multicultural environment and well, team culture as well. Like I think that's really cool too.
That's been another really fun thing, is just like learning about everyone else's like cultures. Like, since we have such a diverse group of people, it's interesting getting to know more of the world vicariously through the people you know.
The point of this was, though, like, every piece you see on this page was made collaboratively. Different artists drew each character, the background in some cases, did the coloring, different jobs, but it's all a team effort. And that's really like Blue Streak in a nutshell. We work together to accomplish something that we're all very proud of.
Heck yeah.
Okay, that was the nice stuff. This is the crazy stuff.
Oh.
Our
No way
special
you guys included the
brand of
Jose
chaos.
picture.
Absolutely.
No way. So I want to personally explain this. Everyone quiet. This started chaotically. Initially, as we were joining Blue Streak, a lot of the staff had Sonic OCs, and we were drawing, like, people were just shooting out the wind, and we were drawing each other's Sonic OCs a lot. It was enough times that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make a channel where we're gonna put all of the like Sonic Sonas and Sonic OCs stuff in. And that was maybe a mistake, because the moment now that there was a dedicated channel for it, it spiraled out of control.
We have created our own continuity.
Mega Master, your OC did in fact appear in the 4th of July video, I think. So it was we I feel like this is part of why the team got so close, is that we wound up bonding over all these like little Sonic critters and
all of our goofy goobers.
Yeah.
And it escalated to like a bunch of drawings, some animations and stuff that unfortunately aren't on here.
Yeah, this is just a small sample of what all we have.
I and I think that it's pretty fun because I think one, everyone likes getting free art, and two, it's just like a lot of funny stuff. And I think this is part of the reason the team was held together beyond just liking Sonic. It's just that we really, I think, really respectful and like hyping up each other's stories and art. I feel like there's a lot of staff members who are working on their own projects, and everyone always gives them a lot of support, a lot of love, and they, because of that, they feel motivated to continue working on their things or get advice on their stuff. So yeah, I love.
And there's been genuine connections cultivated. So
absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We play with our OCs like little dolls in a dollhouse, practically, but the
Barbies.
dollhouse is on fire. Yeah.
Always a good time.
Yeah.
And also, don't worry if you can't draw. Diggity's gotten his OC drawn like 17 billion times with nothing around.
At least.
Look at all these wonderful, beautiful arts.
Yeah.
Actually,
wonderful, beautiful, chaotic.
Some of them meme worthy, and some of them are just art.
Yep, true.
Yeah. There's so many wish we could show you guys. It's just that we would literally be here for hours.
Oh yeah, God.
Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, that's it. Yeah, that's our panel. That's our presentation. Well, sorry, that's not the panel. I think I heard myself. That is the presentation. That is the presentation.
Everyone go home!
One last thing I want to say. Everyone, all the characters you see here belong to artists who are still on the team, and this was made like a year and a half ago. That's amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing, you guys. What a hit. The
Yeah.
presentation was put together so well. Seriously.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I have this list of questions, but I feel like all of them have been answered.
Oh, really?
And just one thing quickly. I want to everyone give like a brief round of applause for Churro. She made all of that.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
True. Oh my gosh.
I would do the clap
I
sound effects, but they seem to have blocked the
I
soundboard.
I had a lot of help from my team members. Diggity was initially helped me out, and then like everyone ended up giving me a hand with what should be in there and what we should
Yep.
add and everything. So yeah,
We
thanks you
had
guys.
so much fun putting that together.
Oh, yeah.
It was a blast. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if anyone has any questions for us, I would be happy to answer anything.
Yeah, on that note,
Absolutely.
please, if you guys have any questions, please raise your hand. I mean, you guys know the drill, so.
Yeah.
We do have one hand raised. Ukrainian JD Pawn, if you would like to come on up.
Thank you. Thanks for your hospitality. I was kind of confused because I thought this was more like an advertisement for the comic and not about like workshop. So, but I do want to get in writing fanfic, but I'm afraid that all my ideas are too good to be written by such a lowly scrub. So, like I try to like maybe start reading more like books in order to get a better like on prose and stuff, but I already struggle like reading Archie Sonics relatively daily, so I don't know. I thought I like I don't know, maybe I know there are a bunch of like hints and stuff, a bunch of like writing tips, but those that are for maybe like taking a writing course, but that would require money, and I'm not paid currently, and like feels a bit too much. And okay, so do you know which good writing where you could get some good writing tips?
I
That's
think the
So,
best writing tip is just to start. That's my
correct.
writing tip.
Honestly,
Well,
like the thing that I always think of, especially when it comes to writing anything, especially if something that you yourself are very passionate about, is just do it for the love of doing it. If people end up looking at it, then that is amazing, and you have made a boon for yourself in your own writing. And if it takes a while for people to look at things, it's okay. Like the whole point of making something creative is for the love of doing something creatively. And eventually you will find your artist with enough grit, determination, and just in general stubbornness. Like it took literal years for anything I did to take off online. I guess either because I didn't find my niche audience, or just because I just couldn't find the drive to finish things. But if you just keep at what you're passionate about, you will eventually like find your niche, and you will find your passion to continue going with whatever it is that you were trying to create.
I would also add that the ability to finish something is very underrated.
True.
Not only that, Blue and Casey are very right in that if you want to get better at something, really the only way is to practice. And your first draft is, objectively speaking, probably not going to be good. Not because you're a bad writer, because it's the first draft. You're still figuring things out. Good writing is rewriting. So you tell yourself, I'm going to write to this point, I'm going to finish this draft, and I'm going to go back, read it over, identify where I want to improve. Maybe it's your dialogue, maybe it's your prose, maybe it's your pacing, but you don't want to fall into the trap of I just want to get better overall, because unfortunately that doesn't exist.
It's a progressive thing.
Exactly. And no writer, no artist, no any creative person is created equal. You are going to have elements that you're better at, and you're going to have elements that you're not as strong in. That's okay. There
It's like
J.K.
take me for
Rowling
instance. I excel at facial expressions, but I suck at drawing legs.
There you go. There you go. Or in the writing world, like J.K. Rowling, great prose. Pacing can be not her strong point, if I'm being objective. But on the practical side of things, there are other things you can do to actually get to the finishing point. Beat sheets are a great thing that you can do if you don't know what a beat sheet is. Basically, what it is, it's a plot breakdown in point form of what your story is. Because when I was starting to write, I thought writing was just writing. And you go until, okay, this feels like a good stopping point. Nope, that's a very easy trap to fall into. You want to know exactly how much story you have, and you do that with a beat sheet. So before you actually get writing, do that. Break down your plot in point form. See how much you have.
Especially figure out the beginning and the ending. Those are
And
like two of the most important things.
Absolutely.
I think the best second advice for someone who's trying to get used to writing is just don't if you're trying to just get used to writing, start small. I love to think about stories of if I had to take everything away from the story, every single extra thing away from the story, what could my story not do without? Like what has to be in my story? Like what without a doubt has to be in my story, else it just doesn't make any sense. Um that is the best way to get started in my opinion, like cut down on the amount of stuff that you're actually having to do. And make it I know that it sounds weird because nobody wants to write a short story. That's why I always say don't try to write your like greatest grandest idea first. Try to write something shorter that you think could be interesting, like like a little one of our writers does something called like proses where he'll just write like some short like stories detailing a character or like a specific event. Um, but yeah, starting small is your best way to do the greatest.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. It's like in the actual like comic industry, a lot of the time what the publishers will have the artists do before they actually are actually even able to like start producing their comic is they have to submit a one shot, which is just basically a small story which can either be just like a snippet of the idea they have for their comic, or it can just be an example of their ability to write and draw said comic. But it's ultimately just like an issue long, most of the time. So it's kind of like how they're shooting their shot. So starting off small is a great way to build up the skills to start building towards something greater and grander. And something greater and grander is going to take more time to do. So you just got to keep that in mind.
Okay. I wanted to ask something about the comic, but I've intentionally not looked at it because I said I was going to read all of Archie Sonic before I would start going into fan continuation. I know it's technically not a fan continuation, but it's like features the characters, so I thought it would be like a good baseline to understand what you do with them. And plus,
Well, I mean, feel free to ask away. You...
um, okay, so what does so I actually kind of really like the idea of having both Snively and and Agent Stone as like Eggman's henchmen. They just like a polar opposites, like kind of cute. I don't like the idea of bringing Agent Stone into game continuity stuff, but yeah, I think he would be. I think he would be really funny with someone way more openly as Starscream like Snively. Uh, though that does make me wonder: d- will Doctor Starline appear or not?
Well,
Or not?
we're not going to tell you which characters are and aren't going to appear because, well,
So
part of the appeal of the
yeah,
comic is seeing how we adapt characters.
of course, of
Um,
course.
I what I'll say is this: if there's a big important character, say from like Sonic Underground or the manga, um, if you feel like they have a lot of presence in official canon, we're probably going to introduce them at some point. It's just a matter of when and how.
Yep.
You heard it, folks. Bartleby Beauclair confirmed for Sonic Blue Streak.
So true. Does anyone else have a question? I see that. I know
Does
that.
that?
Oh,
Sorry.
oh, go
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
I was
Please
gonna
go
say
ahead.
that Techno Tabularium had a question.
Yeah, does that answer your question fully, JD Pom? Hello?
I don't really have that much of a reference point, so I'll think I'll think of something more maybe
Of
and
course.
come back later.
Thank
Sure.
you so much for your question. Angie, did you
Alright.
want to bring DJ Paola? Or whomever?
Of course. Hold on.
Yeah,
There you
I think
go.
DJ Powell had their hand up the longest.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, or evening, everyone. Well, depending on what time zone each of you are at. And I'll say that each of you have a good head on your shoulders of what you have in mind for this project. Because I actually stumbled upon Blue Streak through like the links like part of the Archie Sonic online website.
Huh, right on.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and also, well, after that, I started reading Blue Streak through last year. I just want to double check that Blue Streak was released last year or 2024.
It would have been 24 when we released issue 1.
See, I
Yep.
thought so. I thought so. So yeah, like I discovered it in 2024, and well, after what I read like everything from like the writing to the sequential, not only got tongue tied sequentials. You pretty much like want yourself another fan. Then I couldn't help but be curious to see like what we all have in store. I guess like in the making of of Sonic the Hedgehog Blue Streak, like have all of you already like planned out different arcs that will happen like later on down the line after issues 1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
Have we?
we have the overall arc of the story. We have the end in mind. We also have smaller arcs that will. Some are resolved in a few issues. Some, we get a little hint here, take a break, and then we address it later on. But yes, we do know where the story is going. If an idea comes up, things can change. But yes, there's a direction. Let's just say that.
How many issues do we have scripted now?
We have
That's a secret.
Final
That's
as
a
in terms of
good
like
amount.
final drafts, we have 10. In first draft form, we have I think 18.
Yeah. So there's a good amount of Blue Streak to come in the future. It's just a matter of producing the comic itself.
And that's why we need artists.
Nope.
All right, so like who is the who's the editor of your team? Like who goes over the drafts and pretty much like gives a critique and on the developmental editing side, because when people think of editing, they mostly think of the copy edits and not really like the developmental or the line editing side like of the process.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious.
So
I'm curious, like who is pretty much like the editor that looks over the drafts and goes over like what's working, what isn't, what needs to be improved before you release the final draft.
Well, we have a team of editors. It's myself, Casey, Skid T Remix, and
that's art editing though. He's talking narrative.
Oh, narrative. I'm sorry. My apologies.
That's okay. So we do have a team of writers. There's about 4 of us, I would say. 5, my mistake. Everyone, when a first draft of the script is completed, I encourage all of our writers to read it, give notes, etc. But ultimately, who has the final say for when a script is ready is myself. I'm the story lead, narrative lead, lead writer, etc. So I kind of have the brass tacks, as it's said.
All right. Well, that's good to hear.
Does that answer your question fully?
Yes, it does. And well, I will say, while we're reading issue 2, feel like and with the introduction of the Britain
Well, the brand analogous of the Freedom Fighters is actually
Mercedes.
a nice touch of like naming their city Fleetway City as an homage to Fleetway Sonic.
Thank you. We really like that one.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming up. I will have to bring you down back into the audience because we do
Oh, no,
have
it's-
other people waiting. But
Oh,
if
no,
you have
it's
any more
okay.
questions, please feel free to raise your hand once again.
It's a pleasure and an honor to finally make it to these streams in regards to Blue Streak.
Heck yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Who else? I
Techno
will.
Tabula.
Techno
Yes.
has had their hand up for a bit.
Okay. Come on up, Techno.
Hey, okay, you can hear me, right?
Yep,
We can hear you.
Yes, we
loud and
can.
clear.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, then. Well, funnily enough, considering what you were saying earlier, I think you might be a bit of the same boat as me. You were saying you were you're looking for more artists. What I was going to ask is like, I mean, right now I'm focusing on just writing, just in forms of fan fiction in my own original novel I'm writing right now and all that. But I do have some ideas for web comics, which is flat out a comic book. I was wondering, where do you go to look for a prop for a good comic book writer, a comic book artist?
You go where artists are. You go to DeviantArt, Reddit, X, Blue Sky. The thing of it is, when we were starting out, I did a lot of approaching people, cold asks and everything, and you're going to be told no a lot.
Unless
and
you have
just
money,
have
of
to,
course.
Well, yeah, unless you have money, of course. I mean, I am pretty confident in saying any artist will work for money.
Yeah.
They'll at
But
least be more interested in working for money, that's for sure. But
there you
like
go.
speaking from my own experience, like Diggity approached me for issue 1, and at the time I was in the middle of producing my own fan comic in Nicole vs. Sage. I was just like in the very middle of that story. And aside from that, I was busy with work and all that jazz. So I didn't have the time to really join a fan project like Blue Streak at the time. And then by the time that issue 1 had rolled out, and I noticed that a lot of my art mutuals were also part of this project, I had a reignited interest in seeing if they would still have me, and to say the least, they were very excited. I had approached to join the team.
Yeah.
But
Sounds good. So how do I go about doing this without, as you say, doing cold ass that get rejected?
I
You
think
just
that's the
gotta
only
ask.
way.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you
you just gotta shoot your shot, and if you don't get
Shoot
it,
my
you
shot,
don't get it.
gotcha.
But sometimes you get lucky and you'll get somebody that's interested in your thing. Also, just in general, I think a good key thing, speaking as someone that has been asked, is just like try to really be the salesman of your own project. Like really promote why like what your things about, like why someone could be interested in working on it. If you have a pre-existing team environment, that can also be a point of contention of just someone finding interest in it. It's just as you develop your project more, the more that people, like, granted, if it takes off, which I hope it does, the more that people will be interested in applying for roles. It's word of mouth is the greatest weapon in terms of like building your arsenal of artists, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
I think actually one thing
Understood.
I want to really stress about this is that you need to have a plan before you approach
That
your
too.
artist. The last thing our artist wants to hear is, "I have this really great idea,"
Oh
and
no,
then
Yes.
you don't have like a plan of action.
Yeah,
You don't
I've
have like
got
a
this thing
schedule.
outlined and everything.
Yeah,
Um,
you need
yeah,
like
so
when I say a plan, you need more than just like an idea. You need like a schedule. What do you actually need for the artist? A sense of scope.
gotcha,
Yep, a
Yeah.
sense of
Roles are
No,
scope.
trust
also
me,
a
before I
good.
even think about doing this, and again, right now I'm focusing on my own book right now, but like before I think of doing that, I was going to make sure I have a schedule and all that set up. So thank you for reminding me of that. at the very least,
Yeah.
give them an outline, see if they're interested. You know?
Yes, you need to have stuff prepared so that the artist has an idea of what they're going to be asked to do and what it is it they're actually trying to do. Because most of the time, artists don't want to. They're probably not going to want to. I hate to say this. They don't want to engage in your idea. A lot of people just not like I say this in the nicest way possible. A lot of people just flat out don't care about like people's ideas and fanfics and stuff,
Oh
especially
yeah,
if you
no,
approach.
I'm well
Well,
aware of that.
Yeah, especially
No,
if you
see,
approach them with it. You have to like you're like Blue said. You have to sell yourself. You have to
I
come
got
forth with
you.
a
And
It also
reason to want to help
helps.
I'm
you.
thinking my sort of idea is to at least commission them for like, I don't know, the first, I don't know, dozen pages, and then talk to them like, hey, are you interested in just continuing this, or should I go
Well,
ask for, that sort of thing? Yeah.
if your plan is to pay them and then ask them to not be paid, that's not
That might not
It's
be
going to be
great.
original properties. I'm hoping it would be,
well.
turn
That's
a
great.
profit
That's
eventually.
great. I understand that. Like the hope, of course, is that you see money down the line and then you pay them, of course. What ultimately at the end of the day, we all have bills to pay. We all have to eat and everything like that.
Yeah,
So
I got you. I
if
got you.
you if you approach again, going back to the idea of a plan of we could go halvesies on a coffee or some other way, like if you illustrate how you plan to make money and you ask them and have that expectation presented at a time that I can pay you for these pages. Would you be interested in working together with the intention of us both making money? And you, as a person who is approaching them, taking the lead on this, and like, I will find a way to have an income for us. That will go a long way for not just an artist, for literally anyone.
Yeah, but if it's
I
going to be a
gotcha.
structure, if it's going to be a structure of like volunteer work, like Blue Streak is, setting the precedent of getting paid and then not getting paid probably wouldn't set very
No,
well.
I got
So
you. I got
personally
you. I
wouldn't
think the
recommend
idea
that.
would be I'd pay for an initial bunch, hope that, that I can start, making some money off of this. And if it doesn't work, I'll just, I apologize. I'll look elsewhere, sort of thing,
I mean, if that's the way you want to go about it, it is your project.
Or,
The other,
I do this, doing the halfsy thing you suggested. Like, I
the
mean, again,
other,
this is a long-term thing. I'm working on my own novel right now, so
Okay.
gotcha.
Does that answer your question sufficiently enough?
yes. Sorry. Thank you.
No,
No
it's all good.
worries. Thank you so much. Angie, did you want to read Radar's text question?
Oh, let me go find
Oh,
it.
we have a
Hold on.
text question.
Yes.
Also, hi, Radar. I hope you're doing good. Okay, so Radar asks, I have a question for you, but it will be okay. Let me see. What's one location from any Sonic media that you would hope to adapt into the comic as a story setting?
Ooh, that's a fun question.
That is interesting.
Hmm.
One I've always wanted to tackle. The Cedrians to me are very interesting.
We love
Yeah,
Cedrians.
I thought Mood would like that
Agree.
one.
Yeah.
We love
Cosmo
Cedrians.
is such an interesting character, and getting to see not just more of her, but the Cedrian people, what their culture is, what their home is like, is something I've always thought would be very interesting. Now, like I said, if there's a big character that you're thinking of from a show, a comic book, a game, something, we're probably going to get to it. We're probably going to get to Cosmo eventually. We don't have any immediate plans, but yeah, that would be very cool. Is if we could find a way to bring the story to like the Cedrian home world for something.
We love
Be
Cosmo.
very interesting.
Yes.
I need to see Cosmo more, man.
I'm trying to think of
want
like
her.
any location in the Sonic media that I would love to see in Blue Streak. I'm trying to kind of drawing a bit of a blank because I like a lot of different spots in the Sonic
I
continuity.
If I could say, I mean, it's a little bit of a basic answer, but I guess I'd like to see more city locations. Like the one I think about is Central City, which I
Mhm.
think okay, it's gonna be a little bit funny, but it appears in Sonic Chronicles, and I played that game when I was a kid, all right? And it just created my imagination a lot of like a city where a bunch of little Mobians are running around. So I don't know, I think something like that would be really cool to play and work with in a comic setting. Although
For
we
sure.
we we sort of experimented with that. Well, not really experimented, but we explored the city setting a little bit with Fleetway. But
Wasn't really a bustling metropolis, though.
yeah, exactly. So like, I'd love to just like play with that whole vision of like huge skyscrapers and like, those futuristic like bullet train things,
Mhm.
Yeah,
because I
that'd
don't
be.
know, I just think it'd be really cool and futuristic.
Mm-hmm. That
Um,
actually fits the whole
I
aesthetic
think
that we're going
Hold on, go
for
ahead.
in the comic series. So
I'd say that one place that goes usually overlooked that I would love to see adapted, like Planet Freedom. We haven't really introduced any human characters, but like places like Planet Freedom with like Sarah and the President, I think would be a cool location to include in Blue Streak.
Mhm.
That I don't know. So
I think I think just in general, like because like across the games and the different comic books there's been so many great locations, is I would just like to flesh out a lot of the locations that maybe have been underserved, like Spiral Hill, for example, Tangle's hometown.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's a place I would love to like really dig into and like figure out like how, I don't know, the local economy in like impacts Tangle as a character, and also like what do they do? What would their context be in the world of Blue Streak that we're building?
Oh, I think I just thought of something that I think would be cool, if it sometime get implemented in Blue Streak. Having a interpretation of the like cyber world slash the cyber void. I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, I might be a little biased and like I'm the Nicole guy, but
I
I
hadn't
I
even
I,
thought of that.
I really like the whole concept of the cyber world, especially how in Archie apparently the cyber world is like ancient, which is very interesting to me.
yeah,
I think that even fits with like Sonic Frontier. So that's kind of
Yeah,
cool. They weren't even thinking about it back then, but
Yeah, honestly, my personal canon is that the cyber void is just the cyber world but brought into a modern setting, which I think is really interesting if like the entire world has this like almost underlying worldwide web that is like from the ancient times that is accessible by modern technology. I think that'd be
totally.
very interesting.
Um, I think. Sorry, I'm kind of doing what I'm doing. Boone's job right now. I saw Stargazing Froki has their hand up.
No worries. Yeah, I was hoping that it would build up. Okay. Come on up, Stargazing Froki. Oh, maybe they're AFK.
Oh
Possibly.
no.
no.
Well, we could try again
Okay.
after someone else, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Let's.
Oh, here we go.
Never mind.
there they are.
Hi.
Hello. Yay! I
Hi
made it.
I can
there.
hear you loud and clear.
Alola. I just have a very simple question. What are all of y'all's favorite Sonic games?
Ooh, that's a
Sonic
fun
Unleashed.
question.
I mean, I got the basic answer of Sonic Adventure 2.
So
Like, that's like my
if I had to
that's my
pick,
third.
I kind of. Oh, sorry, Teo. You go. Let me.
Oh, you can go. I already finished my question. I said Unleashed. My
Oh, you said Unleashed. Okay,
Adventure
sorry.
2.
I was worried I overlapped you because you were kind of quiet. So if I had to go, I have to like split them into like the 2D and the 3D because those are two very different styles of games. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, peak 2D Sonic. That is my favorite one of my favorite Sonic games, possibly my favorite. If I had to choose my favorite 3D game, I've played Adventure a lot, but it is very old. It has a lot of jank to it, but I kind of love it for its jank. But if I just want to go out of a pure fun experience, for the most part, I'd say Generations. Like, especially if you're going like Sonic and Shadow Generations, where you get both the best of both worlds. Honestly, the only parts of Generations that I don't like is Planet Wisp and the final boss. Everything else is peak.
There you go.
My favorite one is Sonic Rush Adventure.
Yeah.
I really love Sonic Rush Adventure. I'm a very tropical girly.
Oh, heck
And I
yes.
love the soundtrack and the world. And you can play as Blaze. I played that game so much when I was a kid, and as soon as I unlocked Blaze, I never played a Sonic again. Like I just never touched it.
I never played a Sonic again.
She's great. I wish they would bring her back.
For me,
then-
it's Sonic Adventure 1. I just like the gameplay. I like the
Heck yeah.
story. I am also a game dev, and I've actually based a game that I've made before off of Sonic Adventure 1. I prefer it over 2 just because I don't really like how 2 handles the gameplay. I don't like the Eggman and Tails part as much, nor do I like the Rouge and Knuckles parts as much as the original Sonic Adventure 1. And honestly, I am actually a big fan of the cat part of the game.
Oh, yeah, the cat's really fun.
It's fun. It's fun if you know what you're doing. See what I was saying, Diggity? People don't like Big the Cat. I wasn't lying. Rage in the chat
Whatever.
there.
Whatever.
they hate Big. They hate him.
I
Don't
think that
single
was
me out,
everybody's
Days.
answer
I'll
there.
get up there.
What did oh, I guess I'll let Boone jump me. Well, I guess yep. Answers have been said. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Thanks, Brokey.
Can I call up the next person?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. I'm gonna call on Roach.
Oh no.
Hello.
I've got only one question.
Yes.
Diggity, when are you gonna let me out of the basement?
Roach, get out of here.
Okay, I'm just asking because it's real dark down here. It's real dark. It's real cold.
For anyone that doesn't know,
I want to see my family again. Okay.
for anyone that doesn't know, Roach is on the team.
She's on the
Yeah.
team. They're a menace.
I'm on Blue Streak. Join Blue Streak today.
Be gone.
You would never heard from again.
Ray, put your hand down if your question is about getting let out of the cage.
That was a stellar. That was a stellar.
That was
choice.
exactly what I expected.
Yep. Good times.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, Boone, I don't think we can hear you. Uh-oh.
Wait. Oh, Boone. Uh-oh.
I
No,
think
we cannot
Boone's
hear
mic
her.
stopped working. No.
Oh no, what if we ran out of
Or
juice?
it might just be Discord as well. Sometimes the stage
Yeah,
is
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stage is on Discord sometimes, man.
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go.
Okay. Wait, I was like so confused about what happened because I asked if everybody had finished answering the question, and then I wasn't sure if I did something wrong.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
No.
We kind of went back to the audience after the question has been asked. So
We just heard silence, but no, you're good now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I just brought up Roach.
Oh, okay.
That was silly. All right. So who coming up next?
Rage, right? Rage hasn't gone.
Oh yeah.
Rage is not gone.
Okay.
Bring
Come
him
on up,
bring him up
Rage.
here.
Thank you. I got a simple question for Casey. Where's my next page?
Oh, for crying out loud.
Where's my next page?
Guys.
That's crazy.
Rage is also on the team.
We love our
Just-
teammates, but y'all are
You could
memeing.
just Roach was asking for you in the basement. Just go down these stairs real
No,
quick. Just go on your
no, no,
back.
no, no, no.
Just
Yeah, go down there, Rage Smurf.
go
You know
down
what
there,
kind of
Rage.
menace I am in the basement.
Yeah, bye. You can have fun with Roach there. Just don't destroy each other.
I'm just climbing back down. Just don't put me in the basement.
And locking the door. Goodbye.
All right.
Thank you,
Let's get some
Rage.
actual questions.
Thank you so much for your question, I guess.
No problem.
Does that sufficiently
Y'all
answer
are so
it?
I think
Casey
we
didn't
have had
answer
it
yet.
sufficiently answered.
Rage, TBH, I
To
forborn.
be determined.
Okay,
Alright.
Angie, go ahead.
I'll call on DJ again. There we go. Hello. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Well, it's good to be back on such short notice. Well, you mentioned earlier about like humans like potentially appearing in Sonic Blue Streak. Well, I guess my next question where does humanity like fit into the setting of Blue Streak? Because as mentioned earlier like this project is not a fan continuation of Archie Sonic, but an alternate universe, or is it with Archie Sonic and others I use as the base to really establish as its own, which actually is leads into my follow up question. How do you synthesize like each of these like disparate like projects that led to the making of Sonic Blue Streak?
Okay, so in issue 2, we did have a brief line referencing the Great War. So we have that as a background event that happened many years before the current day in the storyline, and the Great War was a conflict between the different kingdoms of the Mobians, and humankind. We're not going to get into the details of what the conflict was over, how it started, but it did form an important backdrop for how things are in the state they are in the current day of the story. Sorry, what was your other question again?
Well, that was it. The follow-up question was, so the first part before the follow was like, where does humanity like fit into the setting of Sonic Blue Streak, which led to the follow-up with how did you synthesize like each of the like disparate histories from Archie Sonic to the games and whatnot to Blue Streak, which led to its creation.
So for myself, we do take a lot of heavy inspiration from Archie in terms of world building. With that being said, there are a lot of elements of Archie that people who are primarily fans of the game don't really vibe with. One that comes to mind is the Zorda. Doesn't feel like Sonic. Feels very much like the thing that just got thrown in there because we need aliens. So something like that, for example, we would take a look at that and say, okay, how can we replicate what they were going for with something that already exists in canon? Because the whole point of making a Sonic comic is to appeal to Sonic fans. So we're going to use stuff that Sonic fans know. In terms of like something like the Fleetway characters, for example, mostly what we would try to retain is characterization, personality, and then we would take that and filter it through what we're trying to go for in terms of tone, direction, and also background elements that we have baked into the world. So with Fleetway, for example, because we're talking about the Fleetway Freedom Fighters, we know a lot of background information about that region of the world that we then turn around and say, okay, how can we use the characters to bring this up organically instead of relying on exposition that is not very engaging.
In other words, you want to avoid like fluff and superfluousness by actually showing it like through sequential storytelling.
In essence, yes. Sometimes, if you can make exposition not feel like exposition, where the reader is so starved for information that they just want to be told something and have the story kind of sit them down and say, this is why this is going on. That's fine too. It's when all you're doing is delivering a sermon that it's not very entertaining.
More engaging.
Yeah, more engaging.
Yeah.
Is that everything that everyone had to add?
Yeah, I don't really have anything to weigh in on that because I'm not part of the
Yeah.
writing team.
I feel like maybe Teo. Teo.
Teo, maybe if you wanted to chime in at all, up to you.
I did. Like I said that maybe too. I didn't really have much to say. So yeah.
All right, that was Diggity's stand then.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your question.
Well, thank you.
Angie, do we have any text questions? No, I don't think so.
Let's see. No, we don't.
Okay. Let's see. Should we? Okay. Ukrainian, would you like to come back up again?
Oh, wait.
Yes, I'm back, and now it's like.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
Blue,
you
were you gonna
could-
say?
I was gonna say that we just had a text question pop up. But go
Oh.
for it, Ukrainian. Sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Please continue on.
Oh, listen a bit, and I'll have a couple questions. So.
Oh, I'm so
I've
sorry.
noticed
I have to
the-
stop you there. Let's just keep it one question at a time. Thank you so much.
Okay, then let's. Okay, then. So I noticed that a lot of people make fan games. That there's a very popular genre to make like, wow, this is how Sonic could have looked on the Saturn. Whoa! But they almost never use things from the 90s. Actually, it's very like modern look back. So it's kind of interested in fanning some like more like 90s Sonic stuff, like Archie, Fleetway, and stuff. Do you know any like good examples or like anything? Maybe you have some favorites. I don't know.
Sonic Roboblast 2 comes to mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one.
That is a classic and a goodie.
In terms of like Archie and Fleetway, there was this, I want to say, Doom type shooter someone was developing that was completely based on Archie.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the title of it. Maybe it was Archie Dungeons or something along those lines. But it's funny. I've mentioned it many times myself that I would love to see a fan game based on the Archie comics or the Fleetway because like it could be so interesting. An action RPG would be great in my opinion.
Well, it's like this old fan that was hosted on a Knuckles Chaotix fan site, which sort of chaotic, then sort of turns into pseudo Archie RPG made in RPG Maker. Hold up, I page so I can maybe show it to the download link. Surprised that them kept updating them into like most modern versions are like from 2020
pardon
and the
me.
like. So you should run them. Please.
That's cool, but I don't think that's a question, my guy.
Yes, let's keep it on topic. Thank you so much. Was that everybody? Is that everything everyone wanted to add to the original question?
Yeah, no, I said my piece. That's the only one that really comes to mind for me. Roboblast 2 is the only one I can really think of that's a fully fleshed out one that is based around those times.
Okay. How about you, Teo? I mean, did you have anything you'd like to add?
Well, in terms of like fan games, I guess like the main one that comes to mind to me, it's technically not an original game. It's like like a remake of sort Sonic Triple 16. That one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one, but like the thing here is that I sort of think that a lot of fandoms attempts to recreate like old 90s games are very like very modern and like, and I wanted something that like had much more like slightly more authentic like tinge in terms of how those games were actually advertised. So like, yeah, that's
Right.
technically
Well,
true, but I meant more like
thank you so
something that
much for your input. Did everyone answer your
game.
question sufficiently?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, that is
Awesome.
that's a kind of niche question, so just getting answers was good. So I guess I'll
No worries
I
at all.
guess I'll
Thank
go
you
with that.
so much for your question. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Angie, did you want to take care of that text question?
I'll just hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, it's Dino Kaiju in the chat there.
Oh, okay. This one's interesting. Question for everyone: what would be the voice claims that you picture for the characters of this comic?
Oh, yes.
I think Teo should answer first. I think Teo should answer first for sure.
Diggity seems excited.
Oh.
I've thought about this.
Like
But,
I forgot about some of the voice claims that like some of y'all mentioned, like Sonic being Max Middleman. You know who he is? Yeah. The Max. Okay.
Alright.
May Whitwin is someone I have in mind whenever I write dialogue for Sally. For anyone who doesn't know, she is the voice of Katara. I think she's perfect for Sally.
Fair.
Oh, that'd be
and
nice.
valid.
Yeah.
I wish that I could chime in terms of like voices I would have for characters, but I don't
All right.
know.
I got this one on lock. So like for anyone
Yeah, go for Diggity.
for anyone who's like a fan of like My Little Pony, I know this may be a little more niche, but Kathy Weselek, who voices Spike, that's in my opinion, that's Blue Streak Tales, Caitlin Glass, when she does work as Winry Rockbelf. Of course, you'd want to add like a Southern Texas accent to that, but Winry is who I hear for Bunny. Blue Streak
That's a
Bunny.
good one, actually.
Right? Yeah, it is.
Also
And then oh, sorry, did you have something to say, Teo?
Yeah, it was about the bunny thing. Isn't Caitlin Glass also Mina from MHA and the dub?
You would know better than me. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Antoine, this one's been contentious whenever I bring it up, but Anthony Del Rio, who voices Pitt in Kid Icarus, is who I hear as Blue Streak Antoine, again with a French accent.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then for Rotor, Marcus Scribner as Bo from the recent She-Ra cartoon. It's spot on for me.
Those are really awesome choices.
But yeah, Max Middleman, like when Roger Craig Smith announced he was retiring as Sonic, I was like, please, Max, take on the role. You're so good for it. You'd be perfect.
I wish I could chime in, but I know character names more than I do voice actor names.
Okay, so he's Ryuji Sakamoto from Persona 5.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. See, that made it clear in my head.
Is that all you guys had to add?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I
Awesome.
think like my general headcanon voice for Bunny. I can't remember her name right now, but there's a character in a movie called Chasing Amy, Amy herself. That voice is my like headcanon voice for Bunny, but I do like the Wood Repeat pick for Blue Streak Bunny specifically.
Chasing Amy. Let's see.
That name doesn't ring a bell.
I'm gonna have to find the actor's name, but like she has like this really cute Southern Belle voice, so I'll pull it up later.
That was a wonderful question, Kaiju. Thank you so much. I know we're nearing the end of the panel. So in case you guys had any kind of plugs or any links you guys want to share, and any final words, that would be awesome.
Just thank you so much for sitting in. I hope we didn't bore you to tears. We are deep in the middle of getting issue 3 done, and we are very proud of it. It's like Blue said, it's turning into our best work yet, and it's only going to
I
get
think
better.
we're like sitting around like what 75% completion, maybe 80 now.
I don't know about that much, but
We're getting close.
I think we're over the halfway point for sure.
Maybe at least 60.
Yeah, at least 60.
My brain's stupid sometimes.
No.
Just I thank you for having us. I had a lot of fun talking art, talking Sonic, and I hope you enjoyed getting to get to know our merry band of goofballs, including the goofballs that decided to pop into the chat and meme a little bit. That's just kind of how things roll in Blue Streak sometimes. It's a bunch of chaos. It's a lot of fun, and it's a very welcoming team that I am forever grateful to be a part of. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'd like to say thanks for listening to us and all the questions you guys gave us, for being interested, being here. And I hope you guys keep an eye out for everything that we're going to be doing in the future, because obviously we're very excited to share it with you guys, and we hope you're excited to read it and follow along.
Totally.
And I will be posting any of the important links, such as our official website where the comic is hosted, along with social media links. We are on most social medias, so just pick whichever one fits your fancy. And if you'd like to follow the artist, like just feel free to ask us or join the Blue Streak Discord and tag us. Like we're pretty responsive to tagging. I feel like everyone here is kind of chronically online, so
pretty much.
Also, one little tidbit: Boone would absolutely voice Blue Streak Amy when she's introduced.
No.
Fantastic.
I can see it.
I think that's it.
I think that is everything.
Oh, I think Boone's mic is on the fritz again.
No.
Oh.
Wait, Boone.
It just got silent again. No.
No. I wanted to embarrass her with the whole she could voice Amy.
It never can be easy with Discord, can it?
Nope.
It's all right. I think we're about to wrap up anyway. Well,
yep.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Give the crew a round of applause. They did absolutely wonderful.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I'm really glad we got it. We were able to do this.
Yes, of course. I think that's it.
If anyone asked, we don't actually keep Roach in the closet. Of course not. We keep Roach outside in the garbage can. So,
save on space.
Yeah, exactly. Can't waste our precious basement we can't waste our precious basement or closet or whatever. Keep her in the doghouse.
The basement is used for lore discussion purposes. That's where all the lore
Exactly.
The
Basement is where
lore.
we play nerd games like D&D.
stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for everyone.
Yes.
This has been a lot of fun.
All right.
Totally.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.